Alright, yes then, the people, this is going to be Porton Down Science Park. It's like a government facility. Very eerie spot. It's in Salisbury, I don't know how to say it, in the middle of nowhere. Remember, this is the same place where the Russians poisoned an alleged spy, poisoned and killed an alleged spy. I literally just parked my car right there. I'm not sure if I can park like that, but listen. Oh shit, man. Again, yeah, MOD property, so we're not going to be able to enter. Going to stick to the public right of way. There was a MOD vehicle just up there. I think he see me kind of going up and down.
The journey begins at a remote and highly restricted government research site. Located in a quiet rural area, the facility carries an air of mystery. Its isolation and reputation have made it the subject of public curiosity, speculation, and occasional controversy over the nature of the work conducted within its boundaries.
So yeah, very eerie place, very, I don't know, like ambiguous place. Some say they do like tests on like animals and stuff here, so okay. So yeah, gonna check it out. I'll pick it back up. So this is what it is. It's a science campus sponsored by Public Health England. So I bet there's a lot of like government secrets and other such things within this place. It is MOD property, again, protected under the Serious Organised Crime Act.
As the filmer arrives, uncertainty sets in regarding parking and access. The area appears heavily monitored, with clear indications of official presence. Despite this, the intention remains simple: to observe and document from publicly accessible land, without crossing into restricted or protected territory.
Probably also the Official Secrets Act, and it's subject to military bylaws. So here we've definitely picked the spot. I mean, look at where this is. Like, it's really in the middle of nowhere. So should we just set up here? Because look, I don't know if you can see down there. You can see that car, can't you? That's an MOD car. It was just kind of parked up there. He's seen me kind of circle up and down the road trying to find parking. So I reckon if we set up here, we should be good. Yeah? Alright, stand by.
The site's atmosphere feels tense and unusually quiet. With limited activity visible from the outside, it creates a sense of ambiguity. Rumors surrounding the facility's operations add to its reputation, though no direct evidence is visible from the public vantage point chosen for filming.
Alright guys, I think the guy, the MOD police are just about to pull up right now. So yeah, wish me luck. Here it is. Yo, you can't park there, sir. I'm gonna let the GoPro run as well. Alright, the GoPro's running too.
This location is known as a government-backed science campus, associated with national public health work. Such facilities often operate under strict regulations, including legal protections under national security laws and specific bylaws that control access, surveillance, and public interaction.
Hello, mate. You all right?
Yeah, good, thanks.
Yeah, good. What are you doing, mate?
I'm just filming.
Yeah, for...
It's making a video.
Okay, yeah, what of?
What's this, Porton Down?
Yeah, it is. What's your name, mate?
Am I required to give a name?
Oh, no, you don't have to. Let me just get my... Is my phone now, right? Yeah.
Everything okay?
Yeah, no, nothing's fine, mate. It's just, we've been told that you're filming down here, mate, and this
Is that
a bit
okay?
sensitive area.
Yeah.
Was you here the other day?
No.
You wasn't, no?
Was someone here filming the other day?
I'm not. No, I've not seen nothing, mate. Yeah.
Recognizing the restrictions, the filmer makes a deliberate choice to remain within public boundaries. The aim is clear: to exercise the legal right to film in public spaces while respecting the limits imposed by the facility's secure perimeter.
Oh, someone was here. Someone got here before me.
You don't want to sort of anything saying that we've done something we haven't. I mean, you can.
Hello. Can I help you?
You right? Yeah, go on. No, that's right, mate. We're just asking, as you know, it's a sensitive area. You are filming. You actually just stood on our little bit there. You're on the road there, mate.
Is this not
Probably
public
It's not
property
really
here?
Public. It's a bit dodgy.
So there's no issue with me filming?
Not at the moment, mate. Just hang on a minute.
Hang on. What do you mean, hang on? Are you videoing?
Yeah, I'm videoing. You're videoing me. I'm just going to video you.
Yeah. You have to let me know. Yeah.
Continue, man.
Positioning becomes important. The filmer selects a spot believed to be compliant with public access laws. Nearby, an official vehicle suggests that activity is being monitored, raising the likelihood of an interaction with authorities in the near future.
Because I can make a subject access request to request the footage. Would you mind identifying?
I'm PC Taylor, 1939. Yeah, but
Is this okay? I'm not trying to raise any sort of alarms.
It's so obviously you know what the site is.
I don't. I mean, I know a little bit. It's what, like a research facility?
You can find it all online what the site is and what we do here.
Moments later, that expectation becomes reality. A police vehicle approaches, signaling the beginning of a formal encounter. The camera continues recording, ensuring that the interaction is fully documented from start to finish.
Afternoon.
Good afternoon.
How are you?
Very well, thank
Got
you.
all our caller numbers.
I've only got his.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Right. So I think I know the answer to this question. Are you going to give me your details and tell me who you are?
No,
No. Okay. And what is your purpose down here today?
just to make a video.
Make a video of
The facility
the
from a
facility.
public place, obviously.
Yeah. We're getting quite popular with that now.
Really? Has someone been here before?
Yes.
Oh, doing this?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought I would have been the first.
No. So you understand what our role and purpose is?
The officer initiates the conversation by addressing parking concerns. The tone remains professional. From the outset, both sides appear aware of the sensitivity of the location and the need to handle the situation calmly and within legal boundaries.
No.
Here. Okay, so we're police for this establishment.
Mm-hmm.
And it really is quite a sensitive site.
Okay.
And do you upload this onto social media, YouTube?
Perhaps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's quite a few. There's a lot of staff here.
Mm-hmm.
It really there's a lot of sensitive work done here. And,
Okay.
Yeah, and some of it is quite contentious. So
Right.
a lot of the staff, wouldn't want faces, registrations plastered all over social media.
Okay.
So I'm kind of appealing to you on a kind of a human level to.
Mm-hmm.
Can you understand where I'm going with this? I'm not here to be confrontational.
No.
Yeah. So there's a lot of staff here, a lot of scientists, a lot of research people, and they'd hate to think that perhaps their faces.
Questions begin with identification. The filmer politely challenges whether providing personal details is legally required. This establishes a clear theme for the interaction: the balance between authority, individual rights, and lawful compliance.
Cars, etc., in and out of here.
So what?
So what I'm just saying.
If they're in a public place, they're not exempt from being filmed.
Yeah. I get all of that, but I'm just saying on a human level. Perhaps if you did critical work, or if you did work, and, that perhaps other people, is a bit
that some people don't agree with.
Right.
It's nationally important. Do you think that's fair to plaster all that all over, social media and whatever? Just on a human level.
I'm just operating within the law.
Yeah, I know. There's the law, isn't there?
Yeah.
There's clearly the law,
Yeah.
and then there's actually what's morally and ethically right sometimes.
I'm not here to debate ethics. I'm just operating within the boundaries of the law.
My concern is that somebody's going to come down and perhaps try to look away.
The officer explains that the area is considered sensitive and raises concerns about filming. However, the filmer clarifies that he is positioned on what he believes to be public land, where filming is generally permitted under the law.
Perhaps think, oh God, what he's doing. He's quite busy, as you can see. I'm wondering if there's somewhere you can film the establishment, achieve your aims without being right here.
I'm good here.
Well, you say that, but do you hear can you hear what I'm saying to you about what's going on here? Imagine somebody's driving down here now. There's a guy with a camera. I don't want to be seen on camera.
You should consider using public transport or something.
Oh, come on.
I know it is kind of in the middle of nowhere. Like it's not. Wouldn't be practical.
It is all of that, but there's some there's some really important work goes on here.
I understand that.
And a lot of it is really contentious, and people maybe that don't get it or don't understand it. And I get people are allowed opposing viewpoints.
The discussion shifts to transparency. The officer identifies himself and continues the conversation in a measured tone. Both parties maintain respectful communication, avoiding escalation while clearly expressing their respective positions.
People might be looking at your channel, your
right.
postings or whatever for purposes that aren't what you intend it for.
So you think the people that work here are a target for anyone? Or?
People make their opinions of what goes on here. People are misinformed, and people make their opinions, don't they? And sometimes they're not always favourable. And all I'm saying is, there are staff in here that we're here to protect. People driving down here.
I don't pose a security risk.
Pardon?
I don't pose a security risk.
I didn't say. What I'm saying is, but morally and ethically, do you think it's right for you to be filming people driving in and out of here? You're right. We have cameras down here. We have BBC News come down here and whatever. You're not going to see anything from here. That is.
When asked about his purpose, the filmer explains that he is documenting the facility from a public place. This type of activity has become increasingly common, especially with the rise of social media and independent content creation.
Of a critical nature. But what you will see are members of staff coming down here, and they do a really important job, but there are lots of people opposed to that kind of job. And I'm worried.
Why would people be opposed to it?
Well, I'm not going to get into that argument, but I will tell you there are. We have demonstrations here.
People come and protest here, do they?
We have people come and protest, and then people are filming that protest. I'm not saying...
I don't have any sort of agenda. I'm completely impartial. I'm literally here just to document the place.
What about people that watch your...
I can't...
I'm just asking you
I can't account,
to think of that viewpoint.
I can't account for people that would, potentially watch the footage. All I can do is account for my own presence.
You could choose not to film here.
I could, but there's no law that prevents me from doing
noting that similar visits have occurred before. This highlights a growing pattern, where individuals test public access rights around sensitive or government-controlled locations.
And it's very much in a matter of public interest.
I agree that
okay,
I
good.
agree with you, but what I'm appealing to you from like a moral standpoint to say.
Do
you know what? There's some people come down here and really do some really important work. There's lots of research, and they don't particularly want, I shouldn't think, their face and their number plate. Because going back years ago, we've had some really lively protests where staff were targeted and all sorts.
Okay, well, I'm not here to do any sort of surveillance on anyone's vehicle or face. If my camera happens to pick it up, they're picked up.
If I thought you were here intentionally to do surveillance on people's vehicles and faces, this would be a different matter.
Sure.
We'd be having a discussion in the custody suite.
Sure.
So let's make that clear.
Yeah.
I'm appealing to you on a human.
Attention then turns to the nature of the site itself. The officer emphasizes that it is a highly sensitive environment where important work is carried out. This introduces concerns beyond legality, focusing on safety and discretion.
Okay, I mean, you can appeal, but, ultimately, I'm here to film. If someone's registration or face is captured by the camera,
So you're still happy to carry on doing that?
Yeah, I will.
Despite what I said?
Yeah, of course.
Can you not consider what potentially...
I can consider what you've said, but I'm not here to have a moral debate. I'm here to do what the law allows me to do.
And I think a lot of what you put on, some of your stuff you put on is like a moral question, isn't it?
What's this like feelings police? Like,
it's a human... Do you know what? Have a look inside here, there's a human being in here.
I'm a human being too.
I know you are, and I've been entirely respectful.
No, you have.
Yeah. Yeah.
And again, I don't have an agenda. This
No.
is completely... I'm impartial to...
A key point raised involves the privacy of staff. Many individuals working at such facilities may not wish to have their identities or vehicle details shared publicly, especially given the controversial nature of certain research activities.
Any sort of protest or any sort of opinion. I'm not here to exercise any sort of agenda. I'm literally just here to film, and that's it. I can't account for someone that may watch the footage or stuff, and again, I'm just simply here to film.
I'm telling you, what you put out there can potentially put people...
I don't think it could.
I'm here to tell you that potentially people watch this place intently and watch...
Why?
Because of what it is. It's of a national interest.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
You answered your own question.
I've never posed a question. What the question I have posed is, you're happy then to think that not your deliberate aim, but what you could do is put...
The officer appeals to a broader perspective, asking the filmer to consider the human impact. While filming may be lawful, ethical considerations also come into play when individuals could be unintentionally exposed online.
People's number plates, people's faces of staff that work here out on your channel.
Yeah.
And happy with the consequences.
I don't think there would be any consequences. If I thought there'd be consequences, I wouldn't be irresponsible and come here and do this. Rest assured.
Well, I've just come down to explain those consequences, and you're just dismissing them, I think.
So I don't agree with what you're saying.
So you're not prepared to look at anybody else's viewpoint then?
No, I've looked at your viewpoint. I've considered
Yeah.
what you've said. I just don't happen to agree with what you think. My footage could potentially do.
So tell me, what exactly is it you're filming then? What?
Just the precincts of the porting down from the public area. Yeah. As you mentioned, it's...
In response, the filmer reiterates his position. He emphasizes that his actions remain within legal limits and that he does not intend to target individuals. His focus remains strictly on documenting the location itself.
The national interest, many people may not know what this place is, what happens here. So I'm just kind of documenting, seeing if my right to film from public will be respected.
Which it has been?
It absolutely has been. Yeah. So this is the main point of what I'm doing. Again, I can't account for any other people's agenda who may watch the video. Again, I'm impartial, I'm here to film, and there's nothing really more to it than that. If I can do anything to sort of alleviate any sort of concerns.
Yeah, well, I've told you how you can alleviate concerns, and then you've said that you're not prepared to do that.
Oh no, because again, I'm operating within the confines of the law. So
yeah.
If if it's that much of a security concern, then I'd expect these people maybe, I don't know, to have tints on their cars.
No.
Wear a mask or something, get public transport.
The conversation highlights a recurring tension, the difference between what is legally permitted and what may be considered morally appropriate. Both perspectives are presented clearly, without hostility.
Walk, parachuting, I don't know.
Are you happy with the layout? You know how it works.
Yeah.
So on the left is the security health. It's just rebranded itself. UK Health Security Agency.
Right.
Do you know
a lot of government secrets and stuff in here.
No. That's the health and security.
Okay. So how do we proceed?
It's really down to you. You're staying here. You want to film.
Yeah.
And you're going to put this out on.
Well, potentially, you're kind of making a presumption. You've kind of assumed that it's going to be for social media. What if I told you it was just for my own recreation?
That's a matter for you. I've made it quite clear. I've explained potentially what could happen.
The officer raises a practical concern. People entering the facility might feel uncomfortable or alarmed upon seeing a camera. This could lead to misunderstandings or unnecessary distress for those simply going about their work.
I don't think you really have any like jurisdiction here.
How do you mean jurisdiction?
So I'm filming from a public place. I wouldn't expect to be kind of interfered with and questioned as such.
I don't think, not interfering, I've come down.
But can you leave me alone?
No.
No.
No. But what I can do, you're quite right. You have a right to carry on what you're doing.
Absolutely.
Entirely lawful.
Exactly.
Okay.
So.
So the jurisdiction question is we do have jurisdiction.
Oh, you don't? You don't have any powers?
You don't have any powers?
No.
Okay.
To stop me from doing this?
Oh, I thought you meant any powers in general. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
The gun would suggest otherwise.
Yeah. No. So the discussion we've had. This is what you're doing seems to me to be entirely lawful.
It is.
We've had a
Despite this, the filmer maintains his stance. He acknowledges the concern but chooses to continue filming within the scope of the law. This demonstrates a firm but respectful assertion of public rights.
Doesn't appear to be. It is entirely lawful.
Yeah. So your intention is to stay and film for a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Have you walked here?
Yeah. Parachuted in.
Okay. We're going to be here until you finish.
I'll leave when you leave.
Oh, not one of those.
Yeah, because I'm expressing my right to film from public. I can't just leave because you say so.
No, I haven't asked you to leave.
I know.
I haven't asked you to leave. I said we'll be here while you're here because there are certain things you can do from here that will be unlawful.
Such as.
Well, any unlawful action now. If you've read all the signs, so
I know it's subject to bylaw, so I can't enter.
The officer explains that, while no laws are being broken, there are potential risks. Publicly shared footage could be misused by others with different intentions, something the filmer cannot fully control once content is released.
To the property. That's protected by
you
bylaws. I
can't-
know that.
And then you can't film certain things within the confines of these fences.
Can I not?
No,
Not from a public place.
no.
So I can't film into the.
The stuff that you can't film isn't visible to the public.
Well, there you go. So it's secure.
But we can't. We won't be leaving now. We'll just monitor your filming.
I'd imagine the identity of the people that enter and exit the place is also protected. I don't really see what me filming a car and registration could achieve. What information could I pull from someone's registration other than to check MOT?
Well, I'm not saying you personally. I'm just saying as a consequence of your actions.
Okay, so hypothetically, I upload this, people watch it.
Yeah.
You know, they make out this registration. Then what?
This introduces the idea of unintended consequences. Even neutral documentation can be interpreted in various ways, especially when shared widely online. The officer emphasizes caution in such situations.
What can they do with that information?
So we've had a discussion. There are protest groups.
Mm-hmm.
There are groups of people that aren't as reasonable as you that will target somebody because they've seen them coming out of here.
Okay, so
I'm not talking
I
on
know.
a reasonable level that you and I appear.
No, of course.
But there are. My whole point was an explanation. There are people that would come down and perhaps give somebody some grief because they saw them coming out of Porton Down. Wrongly.
Right.
Wrongly. And there's an easy way for you personally to not be part of that, and that's not to film the road. Film the beautiful surrounds. Just don't film people coming in and out. That's my explanation for it, and that was my request. It doesn't come from a basis of law, it comes from a human kind of thing.
The filmer responds by stating that he cannot be responsible for how others interpret or use the footage. His responsibility, he argues, lies only in ensuring that his own actions remain lawful and appropriate.
Again, I don't have a.
Yeah. You've made that perfectly clear.
Yeah.
All right. We don't need to do it to death and go on.
Yeah, fair enough.
We'll just obviously monitor because there are certain things that if you go not too far from there, you will be committing offences. And so
Yeah, I don't want to get.
that's our job. We need to monitor that.
So someone has been here before, have they?
Yeah, it's quite popular now.
Okay.
So like I say, as
and everything.
there's a human being inside here, and I watch social media like you do, and it's becoming quite a thing to challenge and test boundaries. I
Yeah,
suppose.
essentially what it is.
And then there are not you, but there are other people.
The officer clarifies that if there were any suspicion of deliberate surveillance or targeting, the situation would be treated differently. However, in this case, the interaction remains informational rather than enforcement-based.
That try and potentially goad officers or security agencies into stepping over that line and making a mistake.
Yeah, of course.
And, you know, and we don't want any.
No, I'm not here to goad anyone.
We're here to protect this place and the staff.
So how did you deal with the other photographer that was here?
Pardon?
How did you?
It wasn't me personally. I've seen a briefing sheet.
Oh, there is a briefing.
Of what went on. Yeah.
So do you know what this is?
We need to be aware of other, you know, when I'm not on shift, what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
So there are people doing this to make everybody accountable.
Yeah.
There are people doing this for public interest, for their own interest.
There you go.
And there's a very distinct line between what's lawful and what isn't.
Of course.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I've just explained the sort of moral levels about the dangers of people.
Both sides reach a point of mutual understanding. The officer acknowledges the legality of the filming while the filmer listens to the concerns presented. The exchange remains calm and professional throughout.
I would say 99 out of 100 vehicles coming down here are people not even going into
Okay then. So the probability would.
Potentially of the pitfalls of what some of your footage could do.
I think it's a bit paranoid, especially if you've just said that 99% of the vehicles that enter and exit this place wouldn't be.
I don't think it's paranoid. I just think that we're here for worst case scenario, aren't we?
Yeah,
We
but
don't have cops with guns because every day is peaceful. We're here to prevent things going wrong and then to be here.
yeah, because the government got to have people in check to show, you know, don't play with us sort of thing. I get that, but how many times in the history of you working here has there been incidents?
The officer confirms that no enforcement action is necessary. However, he also states that they will remain nearby to monitor the situation, ensuring that no laws are breached during the filming process.
Yeah,
That did pose a security risk.
Probably more than you would.
Than I think,
Yeah,
of course. All right.
And I would appeal to you to be careful not to be too distracted about people perhaps ducking away from that. And again, that's on a human level. If I thought you were a danger to road users, that's unlawful.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that.
How would I be a danger to road users?
So there's an offensive causing danger to road users by being in, on or near a road and doing an act that causes danger.
What offence is that?
Digging out my law books now. Section.
Is it Road Traffic Act? Is it?
Yeah, there's one. Yeah.
All right.
But that's placing
Mm-hmm.
or doing something on a highway or placing articles or carrying out an act that causes danger to road users.
This presence serves as a precaution rather than a restriction. It reflects standard procedure at sensitive locations, where authorities aim to prevent issues before they arise rather than react afterward.
Don't ask me to quote.
Okay. I don't think filming could even
this
be
is the
remotely close to
discussion
that.
we're having. I've explained what potentially. It's not like you're out here pushing it in people's faces.
No.
I get that. But you'll understand that we'll need to be here while you're here.
Not entirely. I
You
mean,
don't understand it, but you'll have to accept it because that's what's going to happen.
okay. I suppose I've got no other choice but to accept it. But I don't know about my helicopter's en route. Yeah.
So, you've walked here from wherever. Just this road is, you can now see, is quick and there's
Mm-hmm.
not a lot of footpaths. So just be careful.
Yeah, I'm responsible for
Yeah.
my own safety.
Yeah.
May I ask you to identify?
Yeah. So 3688 Williams.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Attached.
The discussion briefly touches on broader trends. Authorities are becoming more familiar with individuals filming public spaces, and guidance has been developed to handle such encounters appropriately.
Do MOD.
Yes. So MOD police here. We've got a compliment at Portland down. Where are you from?
UK.
UK. So interactions with other police. How's that gone?
Yeah, I mean, in London there was a lot of like terrorism act and stuff.
Yeah.
They've kind of caught on now. You mentioned the briefing. There have been other briefings. The MPCC released a briefing on how to deal with these quote-unquote auditors or bloggers.
Yeah.
You're aware of that.
Yeah.
So yeah, slowly the police.
Well, we've had to realise we're the police,
Mhm.
but we've had to realise that this is becoming more and more.
Absolutely.
popular. But we've also had to realise that there's a bit of learning for everybody from both sides.
Of course.
Both parties acknowledge that this is a learning process. As public awareness grows, interactions like this help define the boundaries between lawful activity and operational security.
And it's about, working with the authorities and kind of coming to, resolution. That's
So we're clear that here, from what you can film from here, is lawful. There are boundaries and there are places you can't go, and we will step in and prevent you from doing that.
Yeah, again, I don't.
And you don't intend to do that.
No. You pretty much worked it out probably before you even called her. So.
Well, no, we just got a call about a guy down here filming, obviously.
Okay.
And we were only just literally up the top. So we'll watch you watching us.
Okay. Well, I don't want to use up any more of your time. I don't know if you've got other things to be doing, but.
Yeah, no, I'm paid to be here.
Yeah.
I'm paid to be here.
The filmer reiterates that his intentions are neutral. He has no agenda and is not affiliated with any group. His purpose is simply to document and share his experience.
I'm more than happy, but like I said, we'll watch you watching us. I don't think that what you're doing there. I've appealed to you about please be careful about capturing the vehicle.
Yeah.
You seem like a reasonable guy.
Yeah.
You would hate to think that you're responsible for somebody getting a bit of grief.
Of course.
Come on. You wouldn't wish intentional harm on anyone.
Yeah, no, of course not. And as mentioned,
then you'd be under arrest.
Yeah, and likewise, if I thought that my filming could cause that, I wouldn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
I suppose it's a grey area, but
well,
the law is the law.
Yeah. I've pointed out the pitfalls and potentially what your agenda is quite clear. What other people's agenda is not so clear and a little bit more murky. So you're aware, you've had the chats with the.
The officer, in turn, emphasizes their responsibility to protect those working at the facility. This includes preventing potential risks, even if they are unlikely or hypothetical.
Bobby's about so having articles for committing acts of terrorism, material for terrorism, and all. You've had all that kind of chat. Yeah?
I mean, that's a bunch of gibberish. That this I can more understand where you're coming from to where they would be coming from.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
I don't want to bore you for tears with that.
No.
I've made it quite clear that there is that line. You're well aware that this is what you seem to be inquiring about now.
Okay.
So, as I say, we'll be here. We'll be there.
So if I leave, are you going to follow me?
No.
All right.
No. That's not how it works. You're a free man.
A free man, not a freeman of the land.
With the main discussion concluded, the tone relaxes slightly. The interaction becomes more conversational, reflecting a level of mutual respect built during the exchange.
Yeah.
I'm definitely not one of those. I'm definitely not one of those.
No, we're not going to follow you. We're responsible to make sure no offences are committed.
Yeah.
I think we've done that.
Okay.
But we won't be leaving because to make sure that
all right.
you are. Do you know what? Because sometimes people aren't all that they say they are.
Yeah. I hear what you're saying.
Have a quickly jump over there and get a bit of
No. I think you saw me kind of driving up and down anyway.
I didn't see you driving up.
Oh, you didn't?
No, I didn't. Somebody stopped me.
Oh.
Somebody was down there. You get as hundreds of people drive up and down there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
fair enough.
Right.
All right then, fellas.
So you're brave then, even though I was there.
Well, what? I don't know. Yeah.
The filmer decides not to remain at the location for an extended period. Fatigue and practicality influence the decision, bringing the filming session to a natural close.
I came down. I was going to drive in there, but then I saw it said MOD, so then I spun it round.
Yeah.
And then...
Do you visit different MODs? Have you got a particular interest with this one now? Or?
No particular interest. It was just one that had to check off the list. So
yeah, all right, yeah.
It's no particular interest. It could be a police station, government facility. Yeah, not.
Is it like you do it as a hobby? Is it full time?
Yeah, no, it's a hobby.
So tell me, do you make money from YouTube? Do people advertise?
Yeah, there's ad revenue that's placed on the
Do you get that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it's a decent living to do that. You could do that.
No.
So no way I can get like an escorted tour inside. I have to
They
ask.
do visits, they do, but you'd have to switch that off.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
Before leaving, he reflects on the professionalism of the officers. Compared to other encounters, he notes that the concerns raised here were more clearly explained and grounded in practical reasoning.
So they do open days.
Very interesting.
Yeah. I just got to go and check something.
Yeah.
Are you staying down here?
Yeah, I'll stay, mate.
Yeah.
All right, PC Williams, thanks for your time.
Go steady.
Yeah. Take it easy, yeah? Yeah, all right, we'll do. Take it.
Keep the camera off the road. Have a look at the view.
There's nothing really to see, like it's in me.
Try somewhere a bit more interesting.
Thank you, Oliver. That's all right. Cheers, Christian. I'm all right now, mate. I just sit over and just
I'll be off.
I didn't get your name.
Coley. Kolee.
First, on a personal level.
Yeah, Coley, that's my name.
Coley.
All right, PC, take it easy.
The experience serves as an example of how such interactions can unfold constructively. Clear communication, respect for the law, and understanding of different perspectives help prevent unnecessary conflict.
Alright guys, no need for me to kind of stand around there. My legs are getting a bit tired as well anyway, so yeah, pretty fair, pretty reasonable MOD police. They take it easy, yeah? Yeah, pretty reasonable officers. You know, when I made the comment that, you know, their concerns make a lot more sense, you know, than the concerns of the Met in regards to me filming. Excuse me? Yeah, I think you just go straight down there and you'll go to a village. So yeah, no need to kind of stand around there all day. Don't know if it would make
As the video concludes, viewers are left with a balanced perspective. The right to film in public is reaffirmed, while the importance of awareness and responsibility is equally emphasized in sensitive environments.
interesting viewing. But yeah, this was Porton Down. And yeah, well-informed, well-educated, well-briefed MOD officers. So yeah, certainly no complaints from me. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. www.coleycoin.com. We just reached $100,000 market cap. So to those saying, you know, I'm a scammer, I'm gonna rug it, I'm certainly not gonna rug the project. I used the money from the Tradwell Heath video to reinvest back into the coin. Thames Valley Police offered me 20.
In closing, the experience reinforces the importance of awareness and responsibility when filming near sensitive sites. It offers a balanced perspective on rights, ethics, and public interest.
$2,500 for the incidents that took place from the High Wycombe video. So that will be used for marketing and to invest back into the coin. So yeah, certainly go to coleycoin.com. You can still receive the airdrop. You can get 500k free Coley. And yeah, so I'm just gonna move it now. Sorry about that. And yeah, please like, comment, share, subscribe, and peace.